आइए हम सुने विज्ञान की अनकही कहानियाँ। आइए हम सुने विज्ञान की अनसुनी कहानियाँ। एक नई दुनिया की आवाज़, विज्ञान की आवाज़, की आवाज़।
A big hello to all our listeners. Welcome to an enriching podcast series, Vigyan Ki Awaaz. This podcast series focuses on STEM popularization, science, technology, engineering, mathematics and medicine. Dear listeners, in this special episode of Vigyan Ki Awaaz, we have with us Jansi Ayyaswamy with 27 years in Technology Information Forecasting and Assessment Council, TIFAC, New Delhi. Dear listeners, let's listen to Jansi Ayyaswamy. She has been proudly featured as one of the top 8 women administrators and policymakers in India 2022 by CII Compendium on Women in STEM Vanguards of India @75. A future thinker with expertise in technology foresight, visioning, roadmap development, practitioner in foresight techniques and methodologies, Jansi Ayyaswamy is a proud Scientist F. Dear listeners, let's listen to Jansi Ayyaswamy. Dear listeners, welcome back to Vigyan Ki Awaaz, an initiative to promote STEM, science, technology, engineering, medicine and mathematics. Taking ahead the journey, we are bringing to you yet another enriching conversation with another eminent guest in the field of science and technology. With us today, we have Shri Mukesh Mathur. He is the member secretary of Technopreneur Promotion Program TEPP, a collaborative program of TIFAC and DSIR involving innovation, scouting, guidance, support and prototype development. Shri Mukesh Mathur is Scientist F at Technology Information Forecasting and Assessment Council, TIFAC, New Delhi. Dear listeners, let's listen to Shri Mukesh Mathur. Welcome to Vigyan Ki Awaaz, a special podcast series where we are trying to popularize science, technology, engineering, mathematics and medicine. This is a brilliant initiative courtesy Department of Science and Technology and Media for Community Foundation. Here we are bringing talks with eminent scientists all across the country, and we have another guest of the day who is a technology enthusiast, and he has been in itself an institution for a lifetime. We welcome Mr. Mukesh Mathur from TIFAC. So, heartiest welcome to Vigyan Ki Awaaz.
Thank you.
To this podcast series. I'm sure we will have a brilliant discussion and know more closely how the nation has been prospering in the field of technology. Before we start the discussion, I request you to please tell us a little about yourself to the listeners.
Yeah, thank you, Basha. I am Mukesh Mathur, and by qualification, I am an engineering MTech from IIT Delhi in rock mechanics. For past about 27 years, I have been working in TIFAC, Department of Science and Technology, as a scientist. And my primary area of work is innovation management, technology commercialization, taking the technologies to the field. And right now, I have been focusing on MSME program, that is about the micro, small and medium industries.
Okay, so you have spent a big lifetime journey with TIFAC. So to the listeners, please give us more insight how everybody knows TIFAC is a think tank for technology in the nation. How closely and what are the areas TIFAC has been working on when we talk about technology?
Yeah, TIFAC since beginning had been focusing on various areas of technology foresight, and especially we had been looking forward to long-term technology foresight, because whenever we talk about the technology requirements, generally we talk about 3 to 5 years time frame, but TIFAC actually focuses on say 20 years time frame. So in that particular line, we have been like working on almost all the areas of technologies, whether it is kind of textile technology, or we talk about the agriculture, to maybe it is a sensors, or maybe the space technologies. So what I mean to say is, whether it is waste management or all the areas of technologies we have been looking forward to. And it is not only about the new technologies which are upcoming in India or the world, but we also talk about the technological requirements which would be important for the country in times to come.
Great. So to start with, we would like to know, what is your area of work?
Yeah, right now, like I would like to be, though I have worked earlier on fly ash management, municipal solid waste management, and as I told that innovation and technology commercialization has been my field. Presently, I have been working on MSME program of TIFAC, that is about technology upgradations of micro, small and medium enterprises, because this sector has been, though it has got a lot of potential, but still the infusion of technology in this particular area, our small industries, it's very important, and that is going to have a large potential for our country. So through this initiative, we are trying to map our MSME sector and try to get the technology, new technology upgradation and the technology infusion in the MSME sector.
Wonderful. So give us some insights and how is the future in this field, if you talk about?
Yeah, actually, if I talk about MSME sector slightly in depth, you would be surprised, like this is all a very small sector, very small level micro industries, but they are contributing to our country to a very large extent. Almost 30% of our GDP is coming through this MSME sector. If we talk about the export, it's basically 40 to 45% of our export is MSME dependent. And if we talk about the potential, it's employment potential, almost 11 to 12 crore people it is being employed in MSME sector. But still, this is a very highly competitive sector, and mostly like it's a China made products are in a large competition with this sector. So what is more important in this sector is we have to keep them on a technological updated level, and as they are working on a very thin margin, so generally speaking they don't have enough cushion for upgradation of technologies and putting up the investments. So from TIFAC we are helping them in mapping of their technologies, and then advising them how to like reduce the emissions, make them competitive in the less carbon intensive technologies, and try to help them. It's basically taking them at par with the global MSMEs.
Wonderful. So what is India's ranking when we talk about this field?
Ranking per se, if we say India is a manufacturing hub, and we all know like after China in terms of the volume of production we say, then we are number 2. But still, because though we are number 2, but because of the problems which I earlier told regarding that lack of technological upgradation and all, we need to focus it more, and our main competition is with China. That is the main that is the main competition. But apart from that, our neighboring countries like Bangladesh and Sri Lanka and all, they are also coming up very fast. So we have to keep ourselves updated with regarding the technological upgradation.
Wonderful. So in technology upgradation, India has already done a lot, but then like we always say, There's a long way to go. So what is the future of the country, if I may ask you?
Yeah, if we want to become number one, and we have to become a truly, like, our MSMEs have to come to that global level. The most important thing is nowadays when we talk about the exports, because all big industries which are exporting, they are largely depending on MSMEs for their product supply. And our Honorable Prime Minister already announced that net zero requirement for the country by 2070. So now all our exports would be scrutinized on the basis of how much carbon we are emitting through our production cycle. So we have to actually adopt the carbon friendly technologies, and also try to go for not only less carbon emitting, but it's water sensitive and such kind of technology with a high productivity, and also with a good marketing support and all. I'm sure like this MSME sector huge huge potential, and it can surely become number one in some time.
Wonderful. So you have spent such a big lifetime, a big slice of your life with the TIFAC, and in the field of science, you have been an enthusiast, and I think science is there in your heart, very, very close to your heart.
Very sure, yeah.
So you must be having a lot of success stories of your life, which brings a twinkle in your eye and which makes you really happy that I was born to be a scientist. Please share a few success stories of your life.
Yeah, actually it's a difficult question in such a sense, like because if I tell one, I would like to tell two also, and I would like to tell three also, but I would like to slightly prioritize that. MSME I have talked a lot, but one special example of MSME cluster I would like to give, that is the Tirupur cluster, which is lying in nearby area of Coimbatore in Tamil Nadu. We started working with this sector around 2010. They are largely like the hosiery and other textile products they are making. And in 2010-11, because they were using the wet processes, so their discharge from their factories was so polluting the river, and the High Court had ordered like you cannot discharge any polluting water into the rivers. So almost all their factories were on the verge of closure when TIFAC started working with them. So with mapping of their all the industries and identifying their need of technology, getting the technology upgraded, and also the carbon friendly technology adoption, actually that sector, that particular cluster not only revived, but it is now a number one cluster in the country as far as the cotton and hosiery product export is concerned.
Okay.
As on today, their export is around 80 to 90,000 crore per year. So whenever we talk about this Tirupur cluster, actually we feel a lot of satisfaction and pride, and they are really all credit goes to those entrepreneurs and MSME enterprises they were there. And it is not only that, beyond our basic requirement of technology upgradation, they have suo moto taken the challenge of going for renewable energies, and they are in fact consuming less energy rather than producing more through solar and wind route. So that is actually our flagship cluster, and I always share this story with others. So that
Wonderful. This is the most colorful feather in your cap.
Yeah, sure, I would like to say. Yeah.
Amazing. Dear listeners, we take a break at this enriching conversation. In the next part of this episode, catch more insightful discussions about science and the world of science. In the next episode, we shall bring to you more interesting discussions. Until and up to we meet in the next episode, please take care of yourself, stay healthy, and keep listening to Vigyan Ki Awaaz. Vigyan Ki Awaaz, a podcast series to popularize STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and medicine.
विज्ञान की आवाज
Celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, we bring you a podcast series on STEM popularization, science, technology, engineering, mathematics and medicine, supported and catalyzed by the National Council for Science and Technology Communication, Government of India. This program is produced by Media for Community Foundation. Creative content and technical support is given by Salam Namaste Community Radio, Noida.
एक नई दुनिया की आवाज